Welcome one, welcome all. I am Jason Jay Atkins here for GameSports, joined alongside by Huds G. George, how you doing, buddy? You okay?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. Can you hear
Good,
me
good.
okay?
I can't complain, mate. No new holes, so that's me a happy camper at the end of the day. As long as I wake up and there's everything's where it was, and I don't have any new holes, then yeah, it's all cool. It's all cool. So we have, of course, ESEA Invite Season 15 action coming up. It will be LGB eSports taking on Astana Dragons, and I believe we just had the knife run. So without further ado, let's jump in game. It looks like we might have just got the pistols underway here, so let me put some game volume on for you guys. Here we go. So, Huds, do you have a prediction for this match?
I reckon LGB will win this.
I think it's going to be a comfortable victory for them.
Fairly. I'm just joining the server now. I had a bit of trouble with my game, so.
Always fun and games with CSGO. Now, here we go. It's a 3-on-2, and it looks like we are going to see Dennis taking the kill onto Edward. I will give you the roster rundown in a second. Markle going to drop Exum, and it looks like Dennis is going to pick up his second. In fact, that's 4 kills. George Foreman for Dennis. Bags the defusal as well. So LGB off to the perfect start here on Nuke on the CT side. How important are CT pistols, George? Do you put a lot of stock into them?
Yeah, insanely. You need to win the CT pistol, really. If you lose any more than 3-4 rounds CT side, it's looking pretty grim for you. Yeah, although I do feel that CSGO Nuke is a little bit more balanced, but yeah, you need a really strong start. And
that's kind of the byproduct of the Glock being a little bit broken. I mean, it's not as bad as it was about 2 months ago, but still. It does make the more CT maps a little bit more even, doesn't it? So I suppose you can look at it that way, where you're like, yeah, well, there's good and bad sides to the pistols having, the hand cannon that is the Glock. Anyway, let's give you the quick roster rundown. It is going to be Astana Dragons first off, of course. Markloff, Dosia, Edward, Angel, and Adron. That concludes your roster rundown for them. And for LGB, it will be Crims, Olaf, Exon, Sky Kitten, and Dennis. So here we go, back into game. It's an eco bash, of course. Looks like Astana are pushing outside. George, how important are ecos on Nuke? I mean, it's relatively easy to get the bomb down as long as you know where you're going, isn't it?
I mean, it can be. You want to try and pick off a few if you can, but it's just like any other eco round, really. Just try and waste their economy and get as many weapons as possible. And yeah, don't try and avoid running into the noob weapons. So someone like outside, for example, I wouldn't want to run outside and give the guy who's going to be open the money, if they are open, that is. You want to just try and spread the economy out. Don't let someone stack it.
Yep. No, people are saying that LGB are not Danish. I know this. I know the Swedes. It's a GoTV bug. So obviously whoever entered the information over at ESEA kind of fouled that up. So 2-0 scoreline. Now you see the end of the eco bashes. This is where the guns come out now, isn't it, George?
Yeah, this is a massive round. LGB with 2 shotguns. So if they can pick up this, it would be insane.
We are seeing that a lot more these days, aren't we? People forcing that buy. I mean, it's not really a forced buy, it's 5 AKs, but knowing that there's submachine guns or shotties out there, it always forces the buy, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, flashbang's going into upper. It looks like it is going to be a fake on upper, though. It looks like Angel is going to switch up and go ramp here. Lots of fire going towards ramp. Adron going to get that kill onto Exum. It looks like we are going to see Crims go with the mag. Finds the frag. Going to bag himself the AK here now. So that's one weapon in play right now that shouldn't have been in play for LGB. Looks like the M4A1 on Sturs is going to be shut down by Edward as well. And this is looking like a good run right now for Astana, isn't it, George?
Yeah, that was a really nice fake onto upper. They already forced outside and got the pick without losing anyone, so they were able to just force the rotations from LGB, fake upper, and then just hit the ramp. And the ramp guy got caught just trying to push, and then it's round over really. And good start from Astana. You're going to see them try and control that outside a lot on this map. That's really key, ramping outside of the 2 most key areas, but outside more so than ever. So it'd be interesting if LGB try and force the issue and hold the outside, or just give it to them. Because a lot of teams these days are just letting people have the outside, and then they're forcing them to come into the bomb sites and boost up, and then that's when they take the duels. So.
Yeah, good play in that round though from Astana. I did like that upper fake. It was very well executed. The way they pretty much got 3 flashbangs off onto main, and then pulled straight into ramp, securing the kill. That was really nice play. So here we go, 4th round of the first half here on Nuke. Only the 1 game this evening, I'm afraid. No European Championships games or further ESEA games to cover. So we'll make the best of what we have here between Astana and LGB. I think this has all the hallmarks have been a relatively close game. Now here we go, Dosia with the HE kill. Markloff with the assist. Crims has an AK here. That's safe from last round, of course. So LGB are going to be looking to Crims to do the damage here, aren't they, George?
Yeah, and I like how Astana play the anti-ecos. It's very, very, very similar to Na'Vi, that have slow, methodical standard style, and just sort of take their time, pick him off, don't run into the weapon, figure out where Crims is. And yeah, they should pick up this without any trouble, really.
Well, Angel with a bit of a dodgy flash, gets the second one off though. He's now going to smoke up main, so it looks like we are going to see an upper side push as Adram gets the kill onto Sky Kitten. 762 delivered. HE going up towards top ladder. That will do damage, but Crim secures the kill, as well as Dennis with a headshot onto Edward with a pistol, P250. Angel on the outside, cutting down Crims. Dennis still alive here, though. He's in a 2-on-1. Adram with just 1 HP. Markloff with 98, so...
And he's got the bomb.
And he's got the bomb, yeah. Good call. As you can see on the overview, he's just going to camp that bomb out now. What do Astana need to do here? They need to hit from both directions at the same time? I mean, they've only got 25 seconds, though, George.
Yeah, they just need to group up and go together, but not do that. Go one, go one.
Oh, Markloff still alive, finds the frag with the AK. I was going to say, if you wanted anybody in that clutch situation, 1 versus 1 from Astana, it would be Markloff.
Dennis could have won that round. He could have just gone a bit more defensive and sort of made him try and plant them, but it was just like a 50-50 gamble if he did that, so he tried to go for the shot. And
so in that situation, would you have gone top ladder normally, or what would you normally do?
No, I would have faced and died the same, but the smart thing to do would have been to try and back away and and force the plant.
I like your honesty, George. Yeah, well, I would have faced and died, but you know. So, tied game, 2 apiece here. One of these key pivotal rounds. We have a FAMAS in play right now for LGB, which is never a particularly good sign, but grenades to back it up as well. Sky Kitten with the opening kill onto Edward, so it's a 5-on-4 right now in favour of the Swedes. Make that a 5-on-3 as Dennis picks off Adran on the boost. Again, Angel fluffing up his second flash, but he's going to enter up and now. It looks like we have Skylight flashes coming in as well, George. How important are those Skylight flashes to coordinate them correctly?
Yeah, they're insanely important, but Crims has played this perfectly. He was on the rafters, and as soon as the smokes came out, he's just dropped into them. And yeah, there's nothing really more to say about this round. Like, Astana Dragons need to save, unless Dozier comes up with something insane as usual. But yeah, LGB, like I said, they force the outside. They're not going to give Astana Dragons the freedom to just roam and pick like they like to. So they force the issue. They played 3 outside. They played Dennis AWPing it, and then 2 Colts close. And then they had just Crims holding the upper in 1 round. So basically that means if they come outside, it's completely locked down. And if they go upper, they've got fast rotates from main and the lobby, obviously. And if they go ramp, whoever it was will just play for drop. So, and by that I mean he'll just literally spot them, smoke off, and then just drop down to lower and give them underneath ladder. So yeah, good play by LGB.
I'm just being corrected. It's not Sky Kitten. Is his name Sky Kitten in game?
I think it's
Skyton. Skyton.
Skyton.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Although I quite like Sky
Kitten
Kitten. I might just refer to him that from now on. Actually. Hey, how you doing, Sky Kitten? So, 3-2 the scoreline. The Swedes in the lead by 1 round. Looks like Angel's going to take a little bit of damage here. Let's see what we've got going on across the map. Let's pull up your overview. Although it is somewhat pointless on Nuke, to be honest, because the 2 stacks stacked on top of each other, of course. So we are going to see a lot of Skylight flashes again. Here's the push. Angel's made it out onto site, but he's taking a lot of fire. Edward with the AK kill onto Crims. Not going to stop the defense from knocking them back, though. Dennis with 2 frags with that AWP. Markloff going to be shut down as well. Not looking good right now for Dozier. Last man standing, he's going to take AK fire outside.
And the thing is, that was perfect from Astana Dragons. They got into the upper bomb site from the slow hit, and they were completely blind, LGB, from the Skylight flashes, and they made the entries, but Dennis just pushed quick main and got the double AWP kill, and that's the only reason they won the round. So they need to be wary of that, because the Astana Dragons are getting into top pretty easy. If they can just start shutting it down end round, then they're going to pick up quite a few. Yeah,
I'm liking the coordination on the Skylight flashes, that they're pushing Squeaky just at the right time, but it's LGB who are actually coming out on top of these engagements on upper, so maybe Astana need to reassess exactly what they're doing upper, but maybe fake up with those Skylight flashes and go ramp again, because they did have some success on ramp in the early goings. Angel, he's outside. The only problem, I suppose, with faking Skylight flashes and then going ramp is the rotation from the guy doing the flashes is quite long. Now, Olaf Meister taking down Angel on the outside, 5-on-4 now. This is an eco bash, so this should go 5-2 here. No surprises that we are going to see a lead to the CT side of LGB. It's heavily CT-sided map, and plus they picked up pistols as well. Now, Dennis going to secure the kill onto Adran. We're going to see Exum holding down onto ramp. He gets that frag onto Dozier, and this is not looking good right now, is it? They've not removed really enough weaponry here, have they, George?
No, not really. And Astana Dragons, what they really need to do is wait a couple of seconds and then go ramp, sort of like a surprise contact push, because Olaf Meister's just playing just for the instant push, and then he's rotating back to outside. So they're really just controlling the outside. So ramp would be a perfect option for them right now, and force the guy to drop and then take low with a smoke go, because it's only one guy most of the time, unless Olaf plays quick rotate from lockers. But they could easily just do a smoke ramp push and execute that way, or just do the smokes outside. Because LGB are mixing it up perfectly. They're playing 3 here, 3 there, and it's just a bunch of different rounds they've played so far.
Smoke outside is essential, because as you saw on the overview there, Dennis is pretty much locked into position over towards Max. So Edward, he's going to get those smokes deployed. This could be a good push right now for Astana Dragons. They've managed to make it to the back steps, which gives them a little bit of room for maneuver here. But Olaf going to shut down Edward's entry. Can he find the second here? He can. Angel's going to reply, so back to a 4-on-4. A little bit of positional gain here from Astana Dragons, and Crims is going to take a lot of fire as well. He's dropped down to just 3 HP. He's going to pull back into open out. So, Astana Dragons... Sorry, George, go ahead.
No, I just Exum needs to make a frag here, really.
Exum going to pull back onto ramp, so yet again more position being made by Astana. What do they need to do to turn position into a victory here, George? Because they have a good control of the map right now, don't they?
Yeah, it's all on the guy in the window room down lower. Angel needs to try and clear the site and kill Exum, and then they just need to smoke and plant. Dennis is out of position. And like I say, it's all on Exum.
He did manage to get one to slow it down a little bit. Skyton going to shut down Markle off as we see Crims with the frag onto Adron. Dennis with the AWP onto Angel to close out the round. And that, my friends, is 6-2 now. So at this point, Astana, they're not going to be sort of sweating bullets just yet, George. But they're going to be thinking, okay, what can we do here? What have we not tried yet? I mean, do you see anything that's going to give them a round?
Yeah, the thing is, they did the right thing by going ramp, but then they took too long to go lower. So by the time they did go lower, obviously they're waiting for Angel in the window room, but by the time they went lower, Exum was already on the site. You had Skyton already in the vents, and you had the Crims on the quick rotate backstab, so it was just too slowly executed, and that's sometimes where the methodical way can be the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, Astana Dragons are pretty much the opposite of Na'Vi these days, aren't they? I mean, Na'Vi playing, as you call it, the contact game, where they try and establish positions, get dominance that way. Astana just seem to want to brute force, don't they?
Yeah, they really want to force us outside, and they're trying to just go at 1-for-1 at the moment and make the frag. But the problem is that LGB are mixing it up so perfectly. With the pistols.
Despite mixing it up perfectly, Edward's having none of it. He managed to secure a frag with that P250. So there's a weapon outside here for Edward. He's got himself an M4A1 now. Still low. It is a 3-on-2 against 2 AKs and a Stayer AUG here. Andrew looking to try and get that kill into Exum. Exum, he's going to be sat there patiently with that Stayer AUG. 1 bullet, 1 kill. Edward dropped on the outside. Andrew now taking fire from vent as well. This is not looking good here for Astana Dragons. 3-on-1. And Edward will be taken down by Skyton, so that makes it a 7-2 scoreline. They were eco in that round, but again, only taking the 2 kills and, well, I mean, capturing that M4A1, would you have saved in that position, or would you have gone for it being 6-2 down?
I would have tried to save the weapon, really. But right now they're losing so many in a row. They're going to be able soon. They're going to be able to buy it pretty much every round, and it'd be nice to see them do something like a quick push onto B1, or maybe even a quick push outside without boosting on the silo. So Dennis is unaware, because he's been spotting the silo most of the rounds.
I was going to say Dennis is doing the damage. I mean, you look at the scoreboard: 16-1-5. And here we go. Crims from above, 2 AK-47 kills, 1 a headshot, 1 just riddling Marklo's chest full of 7.62 rounds. Adron with a headshot as well. Skyton shuts him down on upper, but it's looking like the damage has been done here to this Astana Dragons push. Angel down to just 1 HP right now. Edward at 48. Still 4 members to find. This is looking like the 8th round here, isn't it, George?
Yeah, and this is the problem with Nuke. When a team gets rolling and their economy is great, then it's like you just get shut down. I mean, something they could do, which works for other teams, is sort of fake that upper push by nading out speed.
Dennis, look at Dennis!
Oh dear. Like, they could fake the upper rush and then walk outside quickly. Or again, just try and... The ramp worked for them, it's just they went too slow when they actually did go lower. So, I mean, right now, I mean, they're not in too bad a position. 2 rounds seems drastic, But if they pick up maybe just 2 more or 1 more, then and win pistol, then they're fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, ideally they're going to want 5 out of this minimum, but it's not always possible, to be quite honest, especially after losing CT pistols. But like you say, if they pick up CT pistols, then it puts them back in the driver's seat.
now Dennis is taking ramp with deal.
This is scary. It's almost like LGB have Astana's sort of default playbook, and they're just running it against them right now. You can see from the overview, moving Dennis from outside, putting Exum down there, basically means that this ramp push is probably going to get just absolutely decimated right now by AWP Fire.
The thing is, Edward's in a great position. If he can go lower and get the kill onto Olaf, then the round's completely open. And they're waiting on him to do that. So then the guy on the silo can make a pick when the rotates come through backsteps.
And here we go, flashes going off on upper, just a 1 actually, so no concerted effort right now from Astana. As you can see, just a lot of flashbangs and smokes being traded right now. Both teams burning through those grenades quickly. We're going to see Skyton push in. Now, I know that Twitch chat is just absolutely massacring me on the way I'm pronouncing this, but I've got about 10 different people telling me 10 different ways, so you know what? Fuck it, Skykit. That's what he's been referred to as. Markloff moving in with the frag onto Dennis. Dennis shut down Angel before that, but this is exactly what Astana needed, and like as you said, if they got that kill into Exum, it does open up the round, and that seems to be... Oh, Olaf Master going big, though. 2 M4A1 headshots to shut down the bomb. That leaves Dosius left man standing. But that was an opportunity, though, wasn't it, George?
Yeah, the thing is, they got Edward to the backstairs without Exum really seeing him. And then they fake B1 and then they went ramp, which is good. But Edward needed to make that kill onto Olaf as before they even went ramp or as they were going down. But instead Olaf killed him, and then Olaf has got the window side completely for himself, and then he just kills anyone coming down.
You're saying Olaf, it's Olaf. That's too much League of Legends, dude.
Yeah, Olaf, yeah. I think Skitten is like Whitten or something in Swedish. That's how it's meant to be said.
But crazy Swedes.
I don't know, dude. But yeah, too much League for me.
Too much League for everybody, I think.
Thing is, he's playing like Olaf right now. He's a complete demon.
I was going to say, he's basically, he's got his Ragnarok ultimate on, and he's, well, there you go, 19-1-6 as he just takes down Adron. So absolute devastation right now from Dennis. He's got to be considered the MVP of the match so far. And he's been all over the shop as well. He's been playing Mac and Ramp. Been pretty on the spot when it comes, Johnny on the spot when it comes to just, moving around. So, 1-man advantage here for the Swedes of LGB. And again, Astana seems to be just... Oh, nice kill from Edward, though. Finally taking care of Dennis. That does open up a little bit of room for manoeuvre on the outside now. George, where would you go after that kill on Dennis? Would you think about dropping lower, or would you maybe push, backside of ramp?
No, the thing is, they've gone lower pretty much every round when they've killed the guy outside. It'd be nice to see him go underneath ladder and boost up.
So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe, around the back and just pull the old reach around, try and get lucky frag that way. Dulcie going to pick up 2, though, this round.
And this is the difference. If they do pick up this round, it's because they went quickly. But again, Edward missing the kill on Olaf, and that's a big problem.
2 in the vent. Olaf going to drop out back, so he's going to be looking for the frag. 3 on 2. CT retake is in a good position here, so Astana Dragons do have the work cut out to defend this. The flashbang going down. Dulcie going to be dropped by the M4A1 accuracy. Markloff with the kill, though. Making it a 2-on-1. Not much health between all 3 players right now.
Yeah, and that was really nice from Astana Dragons. They did it a little bit quicker. They took the ramp, they got the kill, and then they instantly went lower, and they got the kill again behind the silo. And that didn't allow LGB to rotate quick enough, and then they just got the round. So it's nice that they mixed it up and went a bit quicker, but it all came off that kill from Dennis outside. Yeah. So,
I mean, he's the linchpin at the end of the day. If you can, if you can take out that linchpin, then I'm not saying that LGB crumble, because they don't. You still got to fight in your hands, but yeah, it definitely does make it easier.
Now LGB need to be careful they don't drop more rounds.
And if you look at the cash, they're not exactly stacked on cash, are they, George?
No. And Exum with the mag as well, so.
Good kill on the outside onto Olaf. As you can see, Astana Dragons with the 1-man advantage, but Angel did take a lot of damage down to 13 HP, so he's not a non-factor in this, but he's less of a factor than he could have been. ARP still in play as well. Dennis, just as I mentioned, that takes down Angel. Dulcie moving into ramp, though. He gets the kill to bring it back.
Again, Edward needs to do something big.
He's looking for Dennis. I don't think he's going to... Is Dennis still around now, though? Dennis has fallen all the way back towards top ladder here, so... Edward's not going to find him just yet. Dulcia peppering away onto the vents. And again, it's been a little bit predictable here from Astana, hasn't it? I mean, it's another lower push from them. Okay, up it didn't work as well as it was perhaps hoping, but they've only really tried twice, haven't they, George?
Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, they have been, but this is perfect. They faked the lower then, and they were just waiting for Edward to walk behind them and kill Dennis. And that was really well played by Astana Dragons. They took outside, and it looked like they were doing the lower. Edward was in backstairs, but instead he waited and bided his time. They took ramp, got the frag, and then Edward walked all the way underneath the ladder room. And by doing that, he was able to pick up the kill on Dennis, and then they just switched up and went upper. And if you saw, Crims had already rotated down the vent, and because he assumed it was a lower push, and picked up another round. And again, LGB now, they need to be really, really careful that they don't lose more rounds.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, it could start to snowball here. We could see a 9-6 half. Push into ramp from Adron, takes down Exum. Flashbang going out from Adron as well. It's going to keep whoever's top ladder at bay for the time being. So, lower site push coming in. We are going to see, again, more pressure applied to this lower site, and that has been the site of choice. So, if you in the near future, if you do have to play Astana, probably put more stock into the lower site than the upper when it comes to making strats. So, Edward with the final kill into Crims. Sorry, George, go ahead.
No. The thing is, if you saw again, they mixed it up and just went a bit quicker, and pushed the ramp after a few seconds, so the rotator wasn't there, and again, instantly down low. And LGB were just playing with a bit too much confidence now, and as you can see, they're mixed by. And if this goes 9-6, the Astana should roll the CT.
You would think so. I mean, especially if they get pistols, then that puts it to minimum 9-8, perhaps even 9-9, depending on what happens with the bomb. So. Astana from the, from the possibility that we could have seen, a fairly one-sided half, and clawed the way back into this and shown a lot of resilience, which is something that, to be honest, has always been the knock against Astana and Na'Vi. That if they're winning, then they're going to crush you. If you give them any sort of resistance, though, they tend to fold. But that's not been the case here. Olaf and Exum going to pick up the opening 2 kills, though. Deagle and the Nova frag. Angel moving into ramp. He's looking for the retaliatory frag here. Not going to find it, though. Dennis shuts him down at close range. And a second kill from Dennis with that Mag 7. Swaps it out for the AK. This is a huge round here. Could very well be the deciding round of the game, couldn't it, George?
Yeah, if the thing is, the difference between, obviously, 10-5 and 9-6 is a round, haha. But in reality, it's so much more. It's, especially on Nuke, 10-5 doesn't always seem that far away from 9-6. From picking up 7 on T is like an insane amount. So LGB, if they pick up the pistol, they got a very good chance. But Astana Dragons just let their confidence get a little bit better than them, and they just sort of walked into the shotgun. So they should have known that LGB would have been forced by. So then that round they should have really just tried to go outside.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, one of the things that I wouldn't mind seeing from Astana is, maybe every third round play like Na'Vi are at the moment, where they play contact or something, because they really do seem to struggle with just overwhelming aggression. I mean, it reminds me of watching, very games when Go first came out, where it was just all about, headshots and running in, just making sure you got the bomb down, then defending and repelling the retake. It's not that way anymore. We've seen, strategy coming more and more to the forefront. It's part of the reason why very games are doing so well at the moment. They've assimilated that style of play, coupled it with the fact that they're now tactically aware as well, and arguably the best team.
Straight out upper.
Yep, here we go. Mass amount of aggression. Edward and Exum going to exchange kills. Crims with a headshot onto Markloff. Edward going to reply to Dennis. Olaf with 2 though. Edward and Angel both being taken down, which leaves just Dulcia to find now. Here's your LMS, and as you can see, chilling in the smoke. Bomb going to be planted here. Dulcia, he's in a 3-on-1, so almost a 3.5-on-1 as Crims comes in. He's, not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. He's going to take one of the easier frags that he'll ever find on Dulcia. And that is now 11-5. So LGB picking up T-pistols here, George. Doesn't bode well for Astana at all, does it?
No, and the thing is, I'm surprised that Astana Dragon just played a standard setup on CT pistol. It's like the Glock is completely OP in CS:GO, and to play just a normal standard, how you would almost a buy round, it for me isn't really the best thing to do, especially if they do an upper push like that. Because with a P2000 or USP, you can have no chance versus 4 or 5 Glocks. So they should have. I was surprised to see them just play a standard round. They should have played it something a bit different, maybe a push or a stack.
Yep, completely agree with that, actually. They should have known that it was going to be overwhelming aggression. I mean, LGB are pretty much known for that in the pistols.
Yeah, and
especially on nuke. Especially, I mean, if I know that... If you would have asked me what's the tactic here, I would have told you straight up. And that's not even me blowing smoke. It would have been like, they're going to storm upper. I've seen them do it. Almost every game I've ever seen LGB play on nuke, they've just charged into upper and been like, yeah, guess what? Pistol headshots, bitches.
The thing is, LGB need to be really careful now, because Astana Dragons have gone P250 armor. And this is like really, really easy to win in CT.
Yeah, it's a big gamble. I mean, it's a page you had a very games book, but it doesn't work that often for very games these days, to be honest. So Angel going to fall back a little bit. 1-man disadvantage right now for the Ukrainians of Astana Dragons. Angel going to pull back all the way to outside right now, so you might be thinking about dropping back steps. Adrian already down there, though. He gets the headshot. Passes that AK off. Bomb going to be planted here. Where did that? In fact, it was a UMP, not an AK, sorry. So, bomb goes down. Dennis with this P90. He's going to be looking for some easy frags here.
Yeah, and they'll save their P250 armor.
Smart play. No point in throwing away, well, $1,000 and then 250 plus your flashbangs and HE on Edward as well. So, get behind that.
It was a well thought out round by LGB as well. They just took it slow, took outside. I mean, they made the cardinal sin and went lower on an anti-eco, and that's rule number 1, never do, but it worked out because Astana Dragons are stacked upper. But yeah, I mean, LGB just look, to me, just in control. Obviously, it's that Astana Dragons are eco, but I just, recently this team's been playing really great, and I think ESWC is going to be really fun to watch.
It certainly is. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's just go through the roster rundown for anyone just tuning in. It is going to be Astana Dragons first off. Markloff, Dulcia, Edward, Angel, and Adron. For LGB eSports, Crims, Olaf. You can have Exum in there. Shitten, if you want it pronounced that way. And, of course, Dennis, who's been ripping it up. So, here we go. Another potential for an eco bash here. We have that UMP 45 on Markloff, so it's obvious that Astana are going to be looking to Markloff to perhaps get an AKL2 here. If you can get an AKL2, they could actually pull off an eco here, couldn't they? I mean, they're set up for it, George.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how many kills Markloff can get, but I don't think LGB will let it happen. They're playing so slow and just waiting for people to get antsy and peek them. And yeah, I don't see Astana Dragons picking up this round unless LGB make a big mistake and don't clear somewhere.
Oh, Dennis is going to be hanging back. It seems like a straight-up anti-eco here from LGB, and rightfully so, really, because they know that, obviously, after that last round save, that there is going to be body armor and pistols, as well as Markloff's UMP 45, so looks like we are going to see Edward with the P250 taking fire into Hut. MP7 fire coming out from Crims, secures the frag onto Markloff. That's the first kill of the third round of the second half here. 12-5 the scoreline, of course. Second kill now coming in from that P90 of Dennis. It's going to be Edward filled up with 9mm rounds. Angel pushing his way in, gets the P250 kill onto Exum.
Oh.
And Crims as well. So, 3-on-2 in favour of LGB. Bomb being planted here, George. What are the chances of LGB holding on to this plant? Would you say pretty damn good?
Yeah. Angel needed to make a quick frag, but I would try and save the AK. Keep any economy you can. Oh, man. Yeah, the thing is, like, in this situation, especially when you pick up an AK, just try and save it. I mean, yeah, they can buy now, but any little bit of economy you can get when LGB only need 3 rounds is really important. And again, here you don't see any AWP onto Astana Dragons, and you do on Crims. So Crims is going to be vital in this round if he's walk picking. Not
only that as well, if he gets dropped, then you better believe Dennis is going to go pick up that AWP, and Dennis with an AWP is an absolute beast at the moment, as we saw in the first half. So, Markloff flashing outside, M4A1, he's looking to just hold the angle towards T-Red here. It does seem like we are going to see Angel also checking out T-Red, so Astana putting a lot of stock into outside right now, which does leave them, let's have a look, where are they going to be vulnerable here? Dulcia on his own on ramp, so Although it seems like LGB might walk into the trap here, George. This could be a bit of an ambush, couldn't it?
Yeah. Again, this will be on Angel to make a frag and not get picked up from the catwalk, but he's actually going back. So the Astana Dragons look like they're giving them outside.
Yep. It looks like they're going to see Angel drop down now after that smoke. So he knows they're going to be coming, but it's not like he's in the most advantageous position anymore. Gets his flashbang off. Second one to boot as well. He must be thinking that they're going main from the angle he was just throwing those at.
And that's clever by Astana Dragons, just to give them the outside. They don't need to die. And now you've just got you've got one guy who's just a quick vent drop to stop the lower. And again, you've got the ramp to cover to make sure he can quick drop as well, because Markloff has got under ladder.
It's not like you can plant the bomb outside, and it's not like it's like ramp, which gives you access to top ladder, lower, and lobby as well. So it's not a key pivotal point in that regard. I mean, only real direction you can go in is, I mean, main's not usually approachable. Now here we go, Markloff with 2 frags for the M4A1. Picks up his third as well. Let's have a look at that on replay, shall we? Because that was fairly impressive play from top ladder, as you can see. We're going to be about 5 seconds behind, so here we go. This is the killing vent. We're going to see Markloff now in top ladder. Here's one. Already picked up one before this, and that was the third one. So really good play from Markloff, holding down top ladder with an iron fist there. And that keeps Astana in this game, doesn't it? Yeah,
and the thing is, that there's little things like that where they hold outside, then as soon as LGB pressure it, they just give them it and fall more defensive, and then they're just spotting if they go lower, and they've got quick rotates everywhere, and it just forces LGB to try and take the duels, which they don't particularly want, and Edward was just able to capitalise on it, so again, good play.
So, Adron and Co. on the back foot, but not down and out just yet. Angel and Adron picking up frags. Crims and Dennis both shut down outside, so it seems like Astana Dragons putting a little bit more stock into outside here than potentially we would have expected. Well, at least from what we saw from the last round, anyway. So look at what we got going across the map. Kill coming in from Olaf, so that's Markloff taken down. One man disadvantage right now against LGB, though. Think they're going to look to slow this down here and get another pick, George?
Yeah, that's all they need to do. I mean, Angel and Edward are pretty low HP, and if they just take it slow, boost up, then they've got a pretty good chance to win this round. But it looks like they're just going to force the issue and go main.
So Adron and Exum going to exchange kills. Angel with a frag onto Exum. Olaf replying back onto Edward. 2-on-1 now. Olaf, last man standing, does have the bomb here. Chance that he might get a plant. Let's turn X. I was really liking the way that ESEA actually did X-ray. I have to say that, you know, altering it on and off. I need to figure out some way of actually figuring that out, to be honest. Because yeah, the system that I have right now for X-ray, it's either all on or all off, and I just forget about it as I get caught up in the cast. So I will get used to it. You know what I did miss out on today as well? I just should have set up. I know you guys have just seen the replay, which you seemed somewhat thankful for, but I had all the map binds set up as well. I just didn't have enough time to set up my config. So hopefully for tomorrow, we will have that set up. Seems like we are going to see some pressure towards upper here. Exum shut down early though. 13-7 the scoreline, of course. So with every passing round, Astana do claw the way back into this, but they don't really want to be trading rounds now, do they, George?
No, but the thing is, LGB have just got some vital information. Adren has always been quick rotate to lower, and LGB have just seen that because again he went main when he couldn't kill him because they had a P250. With an AWP, it would be a different story. But what LGB, all they need to do is they need to boost one on the silo outside, take outside as they've been doing, and then they just walk under ladder. And when they do this, Dren is always quick rotate to lower, and he's going to come up the front steps, and the silo guy is going to be
only one problem with that, though. Markloff's playing top ladder, and if there's one player you don't want to give easy kills, it's Markloff. So I suppose a couple of flashbangs up there, but then again, AD are good enough to counter that with double H. Well, maybe not double HE, but one HE, and then as soon as Markloff gets his vision back, you better believe he's going to send one up there as well. So still easier said than done, I think, George, but that probably is the only option here, isn't it? Because outside seems pretty much on lock at this point, and ramp has been just absolutely on fire so far for Dosia.
Yeah, and because the Astana Dragons haven't been struggling outside, they're able just to play double ramp and double upper, so it and quick rotate everywhere, so it's pretty locked down right now. But opening frag for LGB, so it all depends if they can capitalize on this and not lose this round, because they should win it.
That would put them 2 rounds away from securing the victory here in ESEA Invite Season 15, of course. 1-man advantage right now for LGB, so they are going to look to turn this into a terrorist round and put that 14th round on the board. This is the 7th round of the second half, of course, for those just tuning in. And here we go, ramp push going to be shut down by Markloff's headshot. Second headshot from Markloff on the Crims as well. That is going to be now the 1-man advantage in favour of the Ukrainians, so starting to look to pressure this. Shaitan moving in though for the frag onto Adren. Adren dropping Dennis just before that, so still 1-man advantage here. Exum holding down Hut, takes down Dulcie, that's a huge frag. Markloff still alive though. Angel popping out of CT vent, secures the frag, and that is now 9-13. So Astana here, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, you know, kind of leaning towards Astana for the victory here, because it seems like the momentum is definitely with them. I mean, we can see on the replay right now, Exum, even after holding down that spot in Hut, he just couldn't stop the CT rotation coming up from lower.
No, and the thing with that is they needed to make the one frag at least on ramp to sell the fake, and because they didn't do that, they still got into upper quite successfully, and they could have locked down the round, but the guy on the actual site died before Exum got the frag on Dozier, who was pushing behind, so from that point on it's 2-on-1 and the round's lost. So it's the right ideas by LGB, but they just need to take it slow. I don't understand why they're not going more outside without the smokes. They know Markloff isn't AWPing right now, and the Astana Dragons are playing this heavy M4 setup, so why not give it a go? A quick 4-man outside, try and go on contact, make the frags, because they've been out aiming them on CT, so.
Yeah. Angel getting the headshots as well. 2 frags on outside that round for him. 2 for Dulcier as well, so KDR is starting to look pretty healthy right now for Astana Dragons, as you can see. First place 8-0 and 2, that's going to be Angel. Second place Markloff 7-1 and 4. And third place goes to Adren 6-1 and 5. So, George at this point, I mean, only 3 rounds separating them. Coming out of that first half, did you think Astana were going to have such a good CT half? I kind of did, but I still think LGB could win this. Yeah,
and one of the biggest problems for LGB is even if they pick up a round right, oh my god, Adren just dropped into upper with 50 nut. That was a mistake. And even if LGB win a round right now, they need to make sure they don't drop the next one, otherwise they're going to be completely screwed for money.
Angel just dropped off top ladder as well, he's down to 71, so Astana Dragons not doing themselves any favours here by, you know, cratering themselves.
Don't play the surf maps.
Yeah, they need to jump on the surf maps and practice a little bit. And Markloff with the kill onto Exum. Dennis replying onto Angel as Dulcie picks up the kill to give the advantage back to Astana. Olaf has made good headroom outside though, so he's pushed all the way towards back steps from T-Red here. He's not going to fall back though. Seems like he's going to want to link up with Crims and Dennis. This is a sign here that LGB have lost a lot of confidence. The fact that we see Olaf walking outside, not knowing any positional, you know, any positions that Astana have actually taken up here. How important is information on Nuke, George? I mean, it's one of the more position-orientated maps, really, isn't it?
Yeah, insane amount. Like, as you can see here, LGB are wasting stuff just to take the ramp, and no one's there. Like, Astana Dragons again have fallen back because Dozier's hurt, and Nuke is really all about just taking it slow, making a pick, and just really making the CTs panic and rotate over. And that's a really big kill by Dennis.
Yep, that's absolutely huge. That frag could very well keep LGB in this game. Adren and Edward, though, picking up kills, and Adren for his second shuts down Crims, and that will make it an 11-3 scoreline. So, from a dominant first-half performance from LGB, the wheels are starting to fall off, aren't they, George?
Yeah, and again, they're not going like 4-1 place. They're splitting up and just getting picked off. They need to just go as a 4 and try and dominate the outside where they know only one is playing there with the quick rotate. I mean, I know we can see it on the overview, but they've already got that information by now. And again, they know Markloff is playing M4, but he's playing it really smart, not giving away the frag to the AWP, and just they've got all the control and the information right now. Yep,
it does seem like a bit of blue on blue there onto Edward with that hate cheat. Kind of a bad grenade from Markloff. Uncharacteristic. Oh, Shaitan taking fire. This could be moved then, because one of those 5.56 rounds might have eventually found his head. So it seems like LGB, they're playing contact here, George. They're doing exactly what you would like to see from them. They're just trying to establish positions and get a little bit of intelligence as to where Astana Dragons are actually stacked. But as we can see, Markloff, he's going to be pushing that outside. T-Red kill from Markloff. That's a huge frag. How important is that kill onto Olaf, though?
Yeah, that's just opened up the round for Astana completely. And he's able to get away with 100 HP. So, again, an Astana round. And the problem is they're doing the contact too slow, and again, just with 2 people, because they want to force this ramp, because they know Dozy is only playing there on his own.
Indeed, indeed. Adrian, he's going to drop lower after the kill into Markov, so he's anticipating maybe a lower side push. As you can see from the overview, he's not wrong. And there we go, Dennis with the AWP frag though. That's going to drop Adrian. Dosia already down on lower, so he's playing quite ninja.
He needs to go bigger.
Yeah, he does do. Excellent taking down, spamming away into the smoke. Let's have a look on X-ray. As you can see, Shaitan, he's going to be going for the plant here. Dosia cuts him down though. Huge frag. That is absolutely massive right now for Astana Dragons. This should be the 12th round. They've got the well, Dennis could have gone sick there if he would have got that kill into Dosia. He would have only had Edward to find, and that could have been one of the better performances we've seen. But, well, Dosia having none of it, he secures the kill and the 12th round, George. Yeah,
and again, I'm just going to say the same things. When someone is playing this well outside and locking 2-3 people down, it just allows you complete map control, because Dozier, he's not really being pressured ramp, and if he is, he just drops, and they can never up a rush really effectively when there's 3 there, unless the CT's make a mistake, and they're going for it now, so let's see if I'm wrong.
Edward and Dennis going to exchange kills. Shaitan with the frag onto Markov as well. Adrian going to shut down Olaf. Bomb being planted on upper now. Dosia going to start to make his rotation from lower. Dennis checking out top ladder. He knows Angel's up there, so Angel going to drop. He's going to reposition himself towards main by the looks of it. It's a 2-on-2.
And they need this round.
I was going to say, chances of a retake, though, pretty slim considering the positioning right now. Especially with those flashbangs going off, although Angel gets a blind kill onto Crims. Even just Dennis, so it's looking like a good round right now for Astana, despite the fact that, well, LGB had pretty good positioning around the upper site. Dennis going to find the frag onto Angel, though. 1-on-1 now against Dosia, and he knows exactly where Dosia is. He's going to play Ringer on the roses here. Bomb fake.
Perfect by Dennis.
Played like a fiddle, George. That was a masterclass in how to hold the upper site when you're in a 2-on-1, wasn't it?
And it's a good idea by LGB. They've gone slow every round. Astana Dragon is getting comfortable, and they quick pushed them. But the problem is now is that you see the Galils out, and if they lose this round, they're going to be in a whole heap of trouble. And the round they won has been on a complete gamble and guesswork. So every time they've gone slow and tried to go methodical, it's not worked. So I would hit them with another fast round or a quick fake.
Basically the opposite of what they're doing at the moment, because it's really not working here. 14-12 the scoreline. Although that first half does give them sort of a little bit of leeway to make some errors, doesn't it, George?
Yeah, and they're gonna try and mix it up, and I think they're gonna try and send one down the vents, judging by Olaf's position with the squeaky. But this is not good when you've got 2 upper and 1 quick rotate.
How smart was Adrian then to hold back? I mean, he only got the 1 kill out of it, but that could have been a lot worse. Waited for the initial flashbang through squeak. That was such smart play. Most people would just face and spray in that position, even at a pro level. And you know what? It might have worked out better if he had done, because they're coming for a choke point. But you wouldn't be saying that if you picked up all 4. Anyway, Dosia again taking down Olaf and Dennis. Excellent with 2 of his own, but not going to stop Angel from picking up the final frag in the 1 versus 1. And George, really at this point now, it's 14-13, but the momentum is firmly with Astana, isn't it?
And look at the cash. Just like I said, by winning that round, it was great, but now they're completely money screwed, and almost will need 2, but they're going to force. Otherwise, well, they could try and force OT, but Astana Dragon's in complete control, and they could have actually lost that round. Edward messed up, and he should have got more than just 1 coming out the hut like that, but it was lucky that Dozier had quick flank. So
there we go, aggressive ramp play. HE's going to land. This will do a lot of damage. M4A15 coming in, Angel with 2. Then it's going to get the pistol headshot to Angel, and Olaf with the kill onto Edward as well. Really, that was just bad holding of ramp there, wasn't it? Considering that they were bunched like that, they had the HE land. They should have really knocked that push back, shouldn't they? I'm talking about Astana now, of course.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big mistake, and if LGB pick up this round, they're going to be kicking themselves. They're in complete control of this game.
So Olaf putting down the suppression. As you see, though, Adrian popping up from lower. He gets that kill to make it a 2-on-1 here. Dennis with just 3 HP as well. Does have the bomb. He's going to get top ladder. Takes down Markov. Markov caught completely unawares by that. Not quite sure what Markov was doing, just chilling out on ladder. So that's going to open up the plant now for Dennis on upper. Makes it a 1-on-1.
HP though.
Yeah, I was going to say 1.
Although he knows where Adrian's coming from, so this is definitely possible.
Positional advantage, but definitely not the health advantage. Adrian knows he's going to be on that upper as well. He's going to get the frag.
Oh.
Nice play from Adrian. Plenty of time for the defusal as well. So good play from Dennis to actually get the kill into Markloff and get the bomb down though. That does give them a little bit more cash here, doesn't it, George?
Yeah, that bomb plant is pivotal as well. And the thing is, I think now, yeah, they've got enough money to buy. It'll be interesting to see if Dennis does take the AWP option, which he hasn't. So I think they're going to try something quick. Again, you don't see any AWPs on a Astana Dragon, so again, the outside quickly could be an option. But I think they're a bit stuck for ideas because the upper quick push worked for them, but every other round has failed for them. So they're just going to try and force the outside again and hope it is different. But with these smokes are so obvious, it just gives Astana Dragon so much information.
And here we go, spray down from Edward, takes 2 kills. Shaitan and Olaf both cut down. That's the bomb down and upper as well. There's the M4A1 play from Edward. He's got one to his right, and he's going to lose that kill to Crims, but he's done his damage here. 3 kills this round. Angel secures the last one, and that's going to be game point now for Astana Dragons. What a comeback, George.
Yeah, and they tried to fake the outside with the smokes, but the thing is, they didn't flash upper at all. There hasn't been any reason for Astana Dragons to rotate throughout the entire game because Markloff has held it on his own. So faking the outside like that isn't really a viable option. I mean, why would you rotate when you're so confident in your teammate who's held it for the other 14 rounds? It's like there's no reason for them to rotate, and Edward just caught them coming out the door. So again, well played by Astana with the info, and they should pick up this game.
LGB need this round here to force the OT. It is the ESEA, so there will be an overtime if need be. Dolcia with 2 kills, I should say. Shaitan and Crimson, a third one for Dolcia as well. Dennis does manage to pick up one. Olaf with the reply. Edward now pretty much, well, he's looking for that frag from Dennis. He doesn't find it though. Dennis cuts him down. Dennis now the LMS, 2-on-1 here with a chance to keep LGB in this game. Does have the bomb up, 37 HP, AK and 2 flashbangs to play with. He has no clue where they're at though. Drop from Adrian. Dennis going to go outside here. He's got plenty of time, hasn't he, George? I mean, he's got a minute on the clock, so he can play for the pick here, can he?
Yeah, he definitely can, but I don't. There's no way Astana Dragons can really lose this round unless Dennis pulls out some magic and guesses right. But he might do. He might do. If he goes in main here, he's got a good chance. I don't like Astana Dragons are playing it perfectly though. One on the bomb site. They just need to make sure they don't give away an easy frag.
You might want to concede the plant in this situation, actually, unless you can, unless you know you're 100% capable of stopping it. So Dennis is going to drop low. He's not made any sound as well so far. He's like a stealthy ninja at this point. He was hoping that one of those vents would have been shot out, so he didn't have to make any noise whatsoever. It's not going to happen for him, though. He's going to go back up at.
Yeah, Markloff is playing this perfectly.
He's got 10 seconds, so he's going to force the plant. Markloff sweeping around the side on catwalk, gets the kill, and that was just great play from Markloff, though, wasn't it, George?
Yeah, I'm a bit lucky with the timing, but again, Astana just played a perfect CT, and that's the problem that can happen on Nuke. LGB were completely in control for the entirety of the half. Last 2 rounds they drop, forcing 10-5. They do pick up pistol, and then it's whether they're saving tactics. I don't really like to say teams do that, or they just got outplayed. But it felt like they ran out of ideas, and when they did pick up that 14th round, they were in that position where if they lost the next one, they were forced to eco and that just gave Astana Dragons complete control of the game. And I think the real reason Astana Dragons won this game was purely Markloff outside. Never gave away his frag, always got good information off, and that didn't allow LGB any options really. So
couple that with the fact that, I mean, Dennis abandoned the AWP in the second half. I think that would have enabled them to play contact, to be quite honest, because it would have opened up more options towards ramp, which is where they did struggle. I mean, Dolcia had ramp pretty much unlocked, didn't he? Yeah,
and the thing with the smokes outside that they were doing, they're really good. They're really, really good, but only versus teams who are really either playing heavy outside or AWPing a lot. Otherwise, you can just go contact. Like if you've got the AWP, it's a one-hit kill. So why would you give the CT something to hide behind?
Exactly. I mean, you're just giving them smoke cover at the end of the day. Not only that, you're slowing down anything you can do outside because you've got to wait for it to dissipate before you can push past main. Anyway, George, we're going to take a quick look at the ESEA invite table. So if you bear with me 2 seconds, there we go. Let's get it lined up for you. So top, of course, very. In fact, you know what? This needs refreshing actually because the result from this game will have just come in. So as we see, a lot of good names in there at the moment. Very Games in first place, 1-4. Copenhagen Wolves in second. Are you surprised by that Copenhagen Wolves in second? I mean, they're shown as a UK flag as well, which is weird because of GHAM, but are you surprised by the fact that Copenhagen are in second at this point?
Not really. They're a really strong team, and obviously one of my old teammates plays for them, Fetish. So, yeah, I think
You do have a soft spot for Jimmy, don't you?
Jimmy and Fetish, yeah, and all those guys, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I think that's the happiest I've seen you playing, actually playing with those guys.
They're Copenhagen Wolves will be a very good side in a month or so, I think, when Pimp's a bit more settled. So it'll be interesting to see what they do DreamHack Winter.
Please, Astana in third, played 1-3, played 5, 1-3, lost 2. Obviously, the rest of the teams will be catching them up on game difference. I think the interesting thing here is what SK are going to be capable of. I think it's going to be SK and Very Games 1 and 2. I think probably, though, SK have already come out and said that they're probably not going to attend ESEA LAN if they do actually win. So, kind of a shame, really. I mean, the prize pot that ESEA have put out there is, it's massive for North American esports. But when you factor in, travel accommodation, food, time off work, all that kind of good stuff, there's a potential that, I know Copenhagen have already committed to actually traveling to, is it Dallas that they have do you have it at the Gaylord like the old CPLs used to be?
Yeah, I think the thing with the ESEA, the last season when I was in a Nexus, it was like in the height of August, and the prices were just ridiculous for the flights. And I think the timing of the next LAN is like just after Christmas or January or something. And again, it's like it's not so good, really. You've just had New Year's and everyone's short.
Yeah, you're talking a minimum of about, well, from Europe itself, and I can only say from the UK, but minimum from the UK is like 450, and that's if you catch a good flight. So, that's pounds as well, not euros. So you're probably talking close to like 520, 530 euros, something like that, just for an individual flight. And then you've obviously got, you don't want to arrive on game day because you want a day to acclimatise and to get used to jet lag and things like that. So you're talking a minimum of 4 days in a hotel, and who wants to travel to America and only do 4 days though? So, yeah, it's kind of a shame that we're potentially not going to see the the LAN tournament that we could have, but we have plenty of LAN stuff coming up, don't we, George?
Yeah, I mean, I think the next one is ESWC.
Certainly is. Right? Yep, that starts tomorrow. I think the first games from that are going to be all Very Games brackets. Yeah, so we got what a game at 9:30. Very Games versus We Got Game. Now, if that is anywhere near as good as it was online, you guys need to tune into that. I'm not sure what the deal is with coverage here because I know I've got some rights, but I'm supposedly doing the female tournament, so we'll see. We'll see. If nobody's doing the English language coverage for ESWC, then sorry females, but the level of play is much higher with Very Games and We Got Game, and I'll definitely be covering that if nobody else is. So, George, have you got anything you want to say, any sponsors you want to thank or anything like that before we close it up for the evening?
Well, two things. I just wanted to say that that everyone should tune in for that ESWC France thing tomorrow because Very Games domestically sometimes struggle, and that could be really interesting, those games. Yep. And yes, secondly, just thank you for having me, and thanks to ESEA and all our sponsors for supporting us, and fans. Not sure that we got many of them, dude, but
you will do. All you've got to do is play, man. All people have to do is watch you play, and they almost instantly become a fan of. And this isn't me blowing smoke either. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say anything positive if I didn't believe it. Let's just say, like, me, George. I call a spade, and it's always been a huge flaw in my character because if I don't like you, I will fucking tell you. But yeah, anyone who watches you play style, they find that entertaining. And then anyone who gets to know you as an individual obviously digs the person that you actually are. So I'm sure you will pick up fans as part of the SC. It's all coming in the very near future, I would think.
Yeah,
of course, for myself, I'm going to close it up now. You can follow me on a multitude of different platforms. Probably the best way to do so is Twitter. It is at Jason_Atkins. You're also on Twitch right now, so give me a follow, give me a like. Make sure that I can point to my bosses and be like, look, we're getting growth from CSGO. And of course, YouTube as well, which is GameSports Network. That's where you'll find all the VODs for all the content that I do produce here at GameSports. So, George, without further ado, I'm going to close it down now for the evening. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Yep. See you, dude.